Good evening and welcome to EBTV's coverage of East Brunswick High School athletics. Tonight, football against the Hawks of J.P. Stevens High School. Hi, I'm Ken Saroka and I'm joined by Richie Whalen. And Richie, this is a tale of kind of like two teams that are going down similar paths.
Yeah, J.P. Stevens is 2-3. East Brunswick has a one win. Both of them beat North Brunswick, and JP also beat Marlboro. East Brunswick played Manalapan, who's a little better shore conference team than Marlboro is. But then the other common opponents they both lost to. So, sort of similar teams, similar records, and if you look at the teams they played, sort of similar scores that they both lost by.
Now, when we were here last week, they were up against a much greater, much bigger, much faster Manalapan team. This time, a little more of a balanced approach, I guess, maybe for a team that's, again, in the same kind of position, same size, same kind of track record.
Yeah, East Brunswick, I thought last game, too, their defense did a pretty good job. East Brunswick's offense has really been, the struggle this year. They've only scored in the one game against North Brunswick, other than the defense having the score last week. So, their offense has to do a little bit better job, and also their defense has to really watch for J.P. Stevens, Chewy Chukwunikwe, who is a multi-threat player. He plays defense. He's a running back. He's getting recruited from some Ivy League schools, and he's a very talented player. So I think East Brunswick's defense is really going to look to stop him tonight.
One of the problems that we noted last week in our game was that East Brunswick was not controlling the line of scrimmage. John Gerhardt's maybe had 1 or 2 yards on 20 carries, tackled many times behind the line. Did you see anything that would indicate that the East Brunswick can get that running game going this week? The one good thing is looking at J.P. Stevens, they do have an inexperienced line, so that might be something that East Brunswick's offensive line can take a little bit advantage of. And this is a team, it's a homecoming for East Brunswick. They're home. They know that JP is a similar team if you look at the teams they played. So I think they're going to come out and maybe do a little bit better job offensively. They're going to need to if they want to win this game. As Rich mentioned, tonight is homecoming, and we'll have some of those festivities at halftime. But we'll be right back with kickoff after this. And we're back to Jade Oil Field on homecoming night here as the Bears host the Hawks from J.P. Stevens High School. Bears dressed in the all-green uniforms, white helmets. The Hawks, white shirts, green numerals, black helmets. Bears come into this game with only one win, J.P. with 2.
One thing to look for also, Ken, I didn't mention in the pregame was I saw Kevin Hemmings, the starting quarterback for East Brunswick, who missed last game, going with the first team, so we can expect him to be playing, and I think that's going to help East Brunswick offensively. So, that should be helpful. Aaron McSweeney, played as hard as he could, but he wasn't used to playing that position all year, so he was kind of put in a tough spot. So I think that should help East Brunswick tonight as well.
Bears won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they'll be kicking off, operating left to right on your screen. For the Hawks, back deep. To receive the kick is Chris Chukwunikwe, number 24, and looks like number 5, DeAndre Perkins. And we're having a little bit of concern over the quality of the football being used here. Yes, somebody forgot the hand pump.
One thing also to take a look at tonight is East Brunswick special teams gave up a couple of touchdowns last week.
Yeah, that one that was the big deflator was right after Kyle Kelleher scored the defensive touchdown for the Bears. That kickoff was returned immediately, and any momentum that East Brunswick hoped to get out of that defensive score was quickly deflated.
And when you're struggling as a team, as East Brunswick is a little bit, you need to be able to play all three, offense, defense, and special teams well. So something to keep an eye on right here on this first kickoff.
Tim Flynn, number 11, ready to tee it off for the Bears. And we are underway. A line drive kick. Bounces at the feet of DeAndre Perkins. Perkins Ball out. Ball is out as he ran up the back of his own player just across the 30-yard line. We'll wait for officials here to spot it.
The 30-yard line to our right if East Brunswick was able to pick up a possible fumble down on the field.
And we're going through the pile there.
And
yes, the Hawks of J.P. Stevens did recover. Perkins had a good run, and he ran just right up the back of one of his own players.
Yeah, I think
that he would have broke it.
Yeah, I thought so too. So, you know, unfortunate there that he ran into him, but fortunate that JP was able to jump on top of the ball and get the ball. That would have been a big momentum swing right at the start for East Brunswick. And it might come down to that, Ken, tonight, turnovers.
Ryan Schneider, number 7, the quarterback. The handoff is to Chibuka Chukwenike. We're going to be saying that a lot. We might as well get it right now.
Right, or just call him Chewy. We could do that.
Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6. Ball spotted just shy of the 35-yard line.
Joe Chetta did a good job there getting a penetration. Didn't make the tackle, but slowed him up a little bit.
Single setback behind Schneider. 2-step drop. Picked off. And once again, Kyle Kelleher with the pick and brings it all the way back for a touchdown. Kelleher knocked it down, bobbled, picked it up, and ran it in and was tackled and fell just on the goal line. Bears score 47 seconds in on a defensive score. Wow.
Yeah, Kyle Kelleher has been the Bears' best offense this year.
Well, that play wasn't very well disguised.
Yeah,
it was just a
telegraphed
stop. He telegraphed that kind of flanker screen there.
And that was a 35-yard interception return for a touchdown for East Brunswick.
Flynn will set up for the extra point. And barely through, but good. And the Bears are up 7-0. Wow.
Almost like deja vu from last week with Kyle Kelleher. Nice job getting his hands up and having the concentration to be able to sort of bat it to himself, and then also taking it all the way. He
hold on. Kyle Kelleher is now the leading scorer on this team with 2 touchdowns. I mean, this has been a rather lean year for the Bears to score any points, and they have 14 points on offense and 14 points on defense, thanks to Kyle Kelleher. And we have now the same tandem going back for J.P. Stevens on this kickoff.
I'm a little surprised by that, Ken, actually, that they don't have number 21 back there, who is their, obviously player they want to get the ball to a lot. Had 16 rushing touchdowns last year, 3 receiving touchdowns.
Flynn will once again tee it off for the Bears. A little more of a pop-up there. And out to the 31-yard line is Chris Chukwenike. So the Hawks will start on their second possession here at the 31-yard line.
Both East Brunswick and J.P. Stevens have a tough stretch coming down the home stretch. We'll get into their schedules later, but East Brunswick still has Piscataway, Old Bridge, and Edison to play.
Bit of a wildcat formation here. Direct snap going to Chukwenike, and he'll take it around the outside. And good defense there to string it out and bringing him down for a minimal gain with the Bears on first down.
A couple Bears there. Number 50, Julian Quinnen, good job pursuing.
Chibuka Chukwenike is, as you mentioned, a senior being heavily recruited. Again, back in the wildcat formation. Wide receivers split top and bottom. A man in motion. The handoff inside. And breaking contain is Carleep Sutton. Sutton is pushed out of bounds but he managed to get it inside Bears territory, knocked out of bounds at about the 35, oh no, sorry, 40-yard line.
And that's something I was reading with J.P. Stevens with their coach. Coach Collins said that the skill position they do have a few players and some depth, so East Brunswick can't let up because one play and they get big yards.
Again, the Wildcat here, Sutton in motion again. This time the keep. Chukwunuke has it and gets inside the 40 down to the 36.
And good hit there by number 20, Sam Walker, who was able to maybe make him think twice there coming to that side.
Well, East Brunswick, their speed is in that secondary, but if that running back for the Stevens gets past that line of scrimmage, it's going to be a real foot race. Craig has it, trying to take it right into the interior part of the line. Between the hash marks there, gets inside the 35, knocked down at the 33. So they'll bring up a third down and call it a long 3.
And again, number 58, Joe Chetta, doing a nice job again in some penetration and able to trip him up a little bit, and then a couple Bears were able to finish him off.
Wide receivers split top and bottom of your screen. Single back behind. 2 men in motion.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah. That was rather obvious as number 4, Brandon Oliver, just kind of looked up and went, huh?
Well, I know sometimes, Ken, I know you're a big fan of the Canadian Football League. I know they have some different rules.
Yeah.
JP, we play third down.
And yeah, again, the illegal shift, 2 men in motion at the same time.
And this makes it a little bit tougher, third and almost 10 here.
Bears looking for a stop here. No trips to the bottom part of your screen. No one behind and dropping back, and now on a draw, had wrapped up almost like a clothesline tackle for the Bears, Doug Scott. Wow. And Doug's Doug's big. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But that was a wrap-up if there ever was one. No gain on the play. 4th down will bring up, and J.P. Stevens will have to punt. Matthew Miner, the punter, back deep for the Bears. John Gerhardt's number 5. And Sam Walker, I think, is number 20 in the back there. A high punt. And maybe a bit of ill-advised bravado there to catch that one without a fair catch. But
yeah, that's one of those, Ken, you're sort of taught as a punt returner to put your heels on the 10-yard line, and if it goes over your head, you want to let it bounce and see if it can go in the end zone so you get the ball for a touchback, unless you think really that you maybe have some room, but obviously he didn't have room there. He got hit almost immediately.
And for the Bears, Kevin Hemmings, as you mentioned, Rich, is going to be the starting quarterback today. John Gerhardt's Sam Walker in the backfield. Ball is on the 8-yard line as Bears will operate on offense for the first time tonight. Gerhardt's tries to break contain on the outside, no gain. And John had a very, very rough day last Friday night here at J. Doyle Field. Unofficially, we had him for, I think, 2 yards.
Yeah,
on about 20 carries.
Yeah, it was tough. He didn't have, he ran the ball hard, but didn't have many holes to go through. But I think with the return of Hemmings here, he's another threat. He's quick. He has some good ball handling. I think that's going to help a lot tonight.
Hemmings will take it inside, and he'll get out to the 15-yard line. Positive gain there. 7 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3. Now, Bears would like to get a couple of first downs here, get that field position working for them.
Yeah, and a game like tonight, I kind of said it early, turnovers are going to be big. Obviously, Kelleher, a turnover for a touchdown, but also field position in a game like this is also going to be huge. So like you said, Ken, if they can get, first down or 2 and sort of get out of this bad field position, that would also be helpful.
Aiden Werder splits out at the bottom of the screen. I backfield behind Hemmings. Gerhardt's take the deep handoff, breaks it around to the outside, gets out maybe to the 17, but he had to get to about the 18-yard line, but they're close enough. We'll look for a measurement here.
And where that one?
Oh, that was a generous spot. Yeah.
Where the side judge has him, yep, it's going to be first down.
So Gerhardt's picks up the 3 yards and gets the first down. Bears now 7 minutes remaining in this first quarter.
Sign of a good running back. Gerhardt's stretching out and falling forward, so when his knee goes down, it's where the ball is. So got the good spot there, and East Brunswick will have a first down here.
Eye under formation, and flags everywhere. Somebody wasn't set. False start. We'll listen in on the referee here. Offside.
I think the receiver was lined up over the ball.
Dead ball.
Looked like number 14, Aiden Werder, might have been not lined up properly with the ball because he kind of gave the referee a look there.
1st and 15, ball 13-yard line. Gerhardt breaks it on the outside, gets into the secondary, gets the penalty yardage back, plus a couple, breaks it across the 20-yard line. The ball looks like it's going to be spotted around the 22.
Give some credit there to the left side of the line for Bears, opening up a big hole for Gerhardt's.
Second down, 7.
Gain of 3 yards. Second down and 7.
64 and 21 and 8 years there. 8, 11 and 2 years in St. Joe's, but he was there a little longer as he got that program.
And a motion on the offensive line. We'll listen in on the call here. And once again, somebody is off, lining up offside.
I think he said number 80, right?
Yeah, Sean O'Sullivan.
You know what, though, too? I mean, as long as usually the side judge will let you know, you kind of put your hand out to see if you're in the right spot. So they should tell you if you're not. So I don't know if they're not telling them or what the deal is.
Hemmings, handoff to Gerhardt's. Gerhardt's gets nothing really. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 13. So the Bears, who had some momentum getting that first down, now racked with 2 offside penalties. And Aaron McSweeney will check into the game, number 1. So we might see a bit of a passing down here. John Gerhardt comes out. Sam Walker checks in. Now here's Hemmings, okay.
They better hurry up, though, here, too, because that took a while to get that playing.
Hemmings in the shotgun. Snap. Back to throw, looking across. And has his man there. Javon Ganzaroli gets right to the marker, sits down at the 30, and that'll bring up, that'll actually give you East Brunswick another first down.
That's a good job by Ganzaroli finding the sticks, like he said, Ken, and able to get that first down. And he's a nice target to throw to. He's got some size, he's got some height, so you can kind of even throw it up to him if he's got some decent coverage on him.
I remember in the game last week, he had about a 15-yard reception early on, and they didn't go back to him.
Yeah.
I backfield behind Gerhardt's trying to pick his way through the hole there. Gets maybe to the 33. They're going to give him forward progress to about the 33. So it's second and a long 7.
I know it's easy to run the ball up here, but I know if there's not a hole there, you got to sort of, slow up a little bit. But I'd like to see him hit that hole a little bit harder. Obviously, if there's people in your way, you can't do that. But, he's a big play threat if he can get through that line.
Backfield handoff, and this time Hemmings kept it. Looked like he was going to give it inside to Walker, but kept it, tries to break it off left tackle. Maybe a gain of 1. Pick up a 3rd down, long 6. You're going to see some substitutions here. Kyle Kelleher will come out. Sean O'Sullivan, Brandon Tamori come in. Gerhardt's leaves. Looks like a passing down here for the Bears.
And if you're JP Stevens, you'd like to get off the field here. They've been on the field for a good amount of time on this drive here. East Brunswick obviously would like another 1st down and keep that clock moving, keep the dangerous Chewy off the field.
3 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. Long bloop pass Tamori, and they're going to mark him in. Yes, they are going to give him a reception, and at the 36-yard line, over the shoulder catch. Wow,
that was nice. Know what I like about that? He didn't give up on the play when he saw Hemmings rolling. He sort of went up the field, and Hemmings did a nice job of putting a little bit of air under the ball and just did get a foot in. And in high school, you only need the 1 foot in, and I think he just did get that foot in.
Gerhardt's and Walker, the handoff to Gerhardt's, and sneaking in there behind the line of scrimmage, Dylan Marino, and Gerhardt's tackle for a loss. Loss of almost 3 yards. Once again, East Brunswick digging in their hole with negative plays.
And you can see the difference here with Hemmings. Had a couple nice completions on this drive, keeping the play alive. So things are running a lot smoother here with him. Obviously, the opponent might not be quite as good as last week, but East Brunswick's looking nice, looking good right now.
Gerhardt straight up the middle, now has a hole, has some room, gets it inside the 30 and is dropped at the 29-yard line.
Good hit there by Quazir Reddick on him there. But
you kind of assume now where the Bears are on the field that this is 2-down territory here.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless there's a loss on this play. I mean, you're 3rd and 3.5. Call it 4.
And good job there by Gerhardt's hitting that hole.
Single setback, Gerhardt's behind. Hemmings in the shotgun, drops back. Pressure. And they're going to give him a flag for intentional grounding, as that pass did not make it back to the line of scrimmage.
He had the right idea there. He was outside of the tackle box, but like you said, it didn't get to the line of scrimmage.
I jinxed it, sorry.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be able to get enough on that, but
4th down.
And that play, when you intentional ground, it's a loss of down, and it's where the
penalty
infraction occurred. Exactly.
So it's basically a loss of about 20 yards on the play. 26 yards loss on the play. For the Bears, Chris Jones, the punt. Drives back. Kind of a quick fair catch there. Like, whoo.
Quick and late, because he was kind of looking at the East Brunswick coverage and figured that there was a couple guys right there.
So with 1 minute and 2 left in the first quarter, this score here is Bears 7, JP Stevens nothing. This game is going to be rebroadcast on Thursday, October 31st. Happy Halloween at 8 o'clock. And again, it's Sunday, December 1st at 4 p.m. Okay.
Well, East Brunswick did switch the field position. They started that drive inside the 7, and now JP's inside the 20.
Brian Schneider back in after His initial miscue led to the first and only score of the game.
Julian Quinnen on the stop as well as another Bear, and they're giving some nice hits to number 21, Chewy Chukwunuke.
Chukwuemeka rushes over 200 yards in his career. J.P. Stevens 5-0, 100 plus 7-6, under 100 2-9.
Schneider pitches. Chukwuemeka trying to get outside. Good Bear defense to string it out. Get maybe to the 20-21 yard line as he's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, Sam Walker with a nice job pursuing down the line. The one tough thing for JP there, running that ball to the short side, he didn't really have much room, and East Brunswick did a nice job of pursuing that.
Gain of 6 yards, third down,
third and call it a 4.
Right.
They have to get to the 25. Schneider. Chukwuemeka has the ball. Bears lose the contain on the outside, but wrapping up and dropping for a gain of only 3. John Gerhardt.
Yeah, nice play by Gerhardt, and I think if Chukwuemeka could kind of have that back, I think he could have had the first down if he sort of kept going north and south. He kind of went to the side and laterally to try to make it a bigger play, and because of that, it was short about a yard.
And we have a timeout on the field. I guess J.P. Stevens wants to talk. Oh, no, actually, this is the end of the first quarter with our score. The Bears 7 and Hawks no score. Well, we'll have some homecoming festivities and senior activities here. It is senior night for the cheerleaders. The cheerleaders are being joined by the St. Bart's Buffaloes cheerleading squad. Really cute to see the little girls out there doing it.
Yeah, I saw them before as I was coming. They were excited. They were warming up. And I think they sort of made it where one of the varsity cheerleaders here sort of has a girl or two with them. So they're having a good time. There's a lot of parents out here. So it's nice evening for those girls.
We just heard that the girls volleyball team defeated South Brunswick at South Brunswick, and they were top seed in the GMC tournament.
I was talking to Coach Brady before the game as well. So the girls soccer team beat South Plainfield today in a 1-17 match. South Plainfield had beat Sayreville. So.
And here they are going forward on 4th down, and Chukwuemeka has it for the first down as he gets it across the 25 to about the 29.
I like that. And East Brunswick was caught off guard a little bit. Gerhardt, you saw on your screen, kind of sprinting in from way back there. So,
well, you would think with the talent that they have back there that they can get that 1 yard. Wide receiver split, 2 at the bottom, 1 at top. Schneider lining up in the shotgun. Man in motion. The handoff. Sutton. DeAndre Perkins, actually. And Perkins wrapped up for minimal gain, just over the 30.
Joe Chetta having a big game, another tackle. John Gerhardt was also there on the tackle.
Stop made by East Brunswick, number 5, John Gerhardt, and number 58, that's Joe Chetta.
No huddle offense here. Schneider in the shotgun. 2 backs behind.
Second down and 7 from their own 31-yard line is J.P. Stevens.
Inside handoff and dropped for a loss.
30-yard line.
As Chukwuemeka was the decoy there.
Good job by Michael, his brother was Julian. Michael Quinnen on the play there. Great penetration.
Chance for a big stop here, 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10, JP from their own 29-yard line.
A little confusion here, right? They're not sure where to line up.
Offense as to where the players should line up. Now here's Schneider with
Rolling, looking. Kyle Kelleher. Almost, he's going to call for a face mask. Yeah. And what would have been a 5-yard loss is going to end up being an automatic first down, as Kyle Kelleher did manage to grasp the face mask. Well, that'll give him the 15-yard penalty. Yeah. That'll get him the first down. Or actually, they're calling it only a 5-yard face mask. Yeah. So, not an automatic first down, just an incidental grasp. Now, in the NFL, they have gotten rid of that rule.
Right.
Everything is a 15-yard. And I heard, we can overhear the ref yelling to the JP sideliner players that he didn't pull him down by it. So it's 3rd down and 10. Basically a replay there. Chukwuneke has it now, trying to break it on the outside. Gets through the containment, has dropped right at the marker, right at the 39. This is going to be well, it looks like he's going to get it. He's going to get inside the 39 or outside the 39 to the 40 almost.
And one of his better runs tonight was able to find a little seam, and that's the issue with him. East Brunswick's defense has played a great half. You can't, relax at all, because all it takes is one play for him to go to the house. So you have to give East Brunswick defense a lot of credit today. That was probably his best run of the night.
Schneider in the shotgun. Blocking back comes in front. Gets 7-8 yards straight up the middle.
Yeah, big hole there. Good job by the JP Stevens offensive line there. He didn't really get hit until 4 or 5 yards up the field. And I wonder if this, no huddle, going a little bit quicker is having a little bit of an effect on East Brunswick's defense here. And just looks like they're in a better rhythm right now.
Handoff inside. First down as Chukwuneke gets about 5. Brings it into Bear territory at the 48. 8:38 left, second quarter. Bears still up 7-0.
The other thing this makes East Brunswick can't, they like to sub in both offensively and defensively. So going this quick, you can't sub people in.
Wide receivers 2 split below, 1 above. Backs now split. Chukwineke's going to go into the slot. Dropping back, looking downfield. Tipped in the secondary. Dropping back into coverage there was Joe Chetta.
Yeah, that was a chance. He had his hands on the ball. That was sort of, I'm not really sure about that call. I guess you want to catch him sleeping a little bit, but JP Stevens is finally getting the running game going.
Schneider, again in the shotgun. Blocking back in motion. Chukwuneke tries to cut it back inside. Now there he didn't follow his block.
Yeah, and then he cut back, and East Brunswick did a nice job of pursuing.
The fullback, Dylan Marino, was out there leading the way, but Chukwuneke decided to cut it inside, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. Opportunity again for the Bears for a big stop here.
Nice hit by Doug Scott there, number 78.
Marino now splits out into the slot. Dropping back, pursuit. Kyle Kelleher pursuing. Chukwuneke with the screen pass, and is dropped. Joe Chetta right there. Sean O'Sullivan as well.
Good recognition there by the Bears, seeing that screen set up, and didn't have much room once he did catch that ball.
Matthew
Miner, the punter for JP. Gerhart's and Eugene Sampietro. Oh,
that's a great acting job there, right?
Job. Yeah. I know it's a. Well, we're going to wait and see what the call is here. Let's listen in.
5-yard variety saying.
Penalty marker on the play.
And that's a 5-yard variety we hear.
Well, if I'm then, I take it, and then obviously I would probably go for it. Be about a 4th and 1.5.
It would have been a 25-yard punt.
Well,
Had the
you give the opportunity here.
The kicker.
remained.
Well, not the penalty was not against.
Running into the kicker.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, he's.
Running into the kicker
Yeah.
against East Brunswick.
Well, this is less than a yard, really.
We will replay 4th down.
I'm a little surprised JP won't go for it here, to be honest. Unless they're setting up a fake eye. You know, you're inside the 40. I don't. They go for it on their own 20, but they're not going to go for it on East Brunswick's 39.
Here, Minor will take the low snap. He will boot it away. He'll get a
Gerhardt's going to let this one go over his head, and it's going to bounce into the end zone. Smart play, John Gerhardt's.
And you net about 19 yards on that punt, so I don't really agree with that, but maybe if they get it inside the 10-yard line or something, you say good job, but
you've gone for it. You have a back who's capable of getting a yard and a half. A yard, maybe, it wasn't really that big of a.
If you can't get a yard, you don't deserve to win the game, right? I think of it that way, but especially when you punt it into the end zone, so you only get 19-yard net. So.
Okay, so Hemmings now has Garinzoli and Werder to the bottom of the screen, but the handoff's going to go to Gerhardt's, who's going to get dropped for a loss of a yard. .6:19 left to go. Bears again need to get a couple of first downs here to win the field position war.
East Brunswick has times has shown that they can move the ball, but like you said, Ken, they've had a couple negative plays, a couple penalties. They didn't get anything on that down.
And that was a telegraph play. And coming up and making a stick of a hit on that far side is a JP Stevens player we have no number for.
Oh, I see here. Teray Dawkins Stevens is 22 or 8, depending on where he plays. But he read that right away.
And unfortunately for the Bears, he read and went and wrapped up the player as opposed to try to jump the route.
Exactly. Or maybe get him right at the time he catches it and the ball pops up. And
3rd and 11. Bears got to get to the 30-yard line. Bobbled. Hemmings trying to escape out of the way here. Looking. Floats it, and this time will float it beyond the line of scrimmage. But you have a flag thrown in the backfield.
We'll have to see what this is here.
Well,
let's see.
unprotected on the play. It's looking like he was going to run it, unless he got up to the line of scrimmage before he advanced. I don't think he did that.
Intentional grounding. East Brunswick.
Oh, you can't just throw it away?
well, I guess there's really tight rules here about intentional grounding, and there was no receiver in the area. So
yeah, maybe high school it's a little different. I haven't really seen the rules in a while, so maybe you need to have a receiver somewhat more in the area than that, I guess.
So half the distance to the goal plus a loss of down. And for the Bears, Chris Jones is going to be punting out of his end zone.
Looks like they might have an extra guy in the field there.
Punt is blocked. And a special teams touchdown scored here for the JP Stevens Hawks, it looks like. Yes?
Yes.
The punt was blocked.
Number 33 for JP Stevens recovered that. Jashir Morris. And you know what, Ken? I mean, I don't think we got it on the screen here, but there was a JP Stevens player that hadn't got off the field yet, so I don't know if that made 12 or not, but they didn't see it, the refs on that. So I don't know if he was the 12th man or not.
And in a case like that, when the ball's bouncing around, take the safety.
Yeah.
Take the safety.
Do whatever you can to knock it out of the end zone, whatever you can do. Land on it.
East Brunswick leading with JP Stevens scored 7-6. Now on for the extra point is Minor.
And the extra point is good.
Yeah, just able to get that off.
So with 5:04 left, our score is tied at 7. A defensive touchdown and a special teams touchdown. The offenses have yet to score.
And two things on there. Obviously, we talked about coming into the game. East Brunswick last week struggled on special teams, giving up 2 touchdowns. They just gave up 1 there. And then that intentional grounding moved East Brunswick back far enough where if you did block the punt, it was in the end zone. So, coaching staff needs to make sure to go over, if that is the rule with the intentional grounding. Because I remember Hemmings doing that a couple games we went to, and there wasn't that call where he got outside the pocket and threw it away. But
Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder.
Give J.P. Stevens credit there, getting some pressure and making a play on special teams.
Students will not be permitted to leave the field, to leave the stadium at halftime and re-enter. So once again, students, this is a single entry event.
Brandon Phillip will come back deep for the Bears here to take this kick. Brandon Tamori and Michael Contreras round out the triumvirate waiting for the kick. Well, with 5:04 left and with the Bears getting the ball first in the second half, this would be the time to put something together. Ball's going to bounce. Picked up by Phillip. And he's going to scramble out to the 24-yard line. So the Bears with reasonable field position to start this drive.
See if East Brunswick can sustain a drive here. Under 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Last drive didn't go anywhere. Let's see if they can string a couple first downs together.
From their own 23.
Ganzaroli split to the bottom of your screen as the Bears are going to operate right to left on the television screen. Gerhardt gets the ball, tries to break it out off the right side. Drop for a loss.
It might be something about G. Doyle Field because it seems like every time I'm here for a snapple ball, there's a wild
East Brunswick number 5, John Gerhardt on the carry. Stop made by J.P. Stevens, number 22, Murray Dawkins Stevenson.
Bit of confusion on the East Brunswick sideline. Chris Jones coming in. Aaron McSweeney was going to come in. And
Making a couple substitutions. Kevin Hemmings, the quarterback, coming to the sideline to get the play from Bob Molars, first-year head coach, looking for a...
Bob Molars looking for his first home win. Kind of like the Eagles, lack of home wins. Gerhardt's the lone setback. Jones in motion. The pitch. Gerhardt's trying to find a hole, but pursuit and crushed under for a loss of 5.
And J.P. Stevens is showing some pretty decent team speed there. Anything that pops out too wide, J.P. Stevens is able to pursue and really get there. It's more right off the tackle that East Brunswick has had a little bit more success, maybe right off the guard or tackle there. Anything that bounces a little bit too wide, J.P. Stevens has shown some good team speed there.
Usually has more than that by the end of the game himself. 3:28 to go in the first half.
Hemmings dropping back, looking to pass it over the middle to Gerhardt. Gerhardt gets the first down and more as he's tackled at the 44. Found that inside seam and a perfect delivery.
Yeah, Hemmings, was sure of himself there, didn't hesitate at all, and Gerhardt's caught it, one right up the field, and East Brunswick really needed that to flip the field position a little bit, let their defense rest for a little while. And we're down to about 3 minutes left in this second quarter.
3 wide receivers at the bottom of the screen. Flanker screen to Tamore. Tamore's going to get it, try to get into Hawk territory, does.
Yeah, he's going to end up getting about 9 yards there.
Going to put him at the 47, 48. Let's see what they mark it now. 48-yard line.
So about 8 yards on that.
So it'll bring up a second down and 2. And I would love to see a pass play here.
Yeah, this is a good down to do that, Ken. We haven't seen number 37, Gonzaroli, since that catch he had earlier. He's got a nice height advantage.
McSweeney back.
Looked like he got held a little bit
like
there.
He did get held, and there comes the flag in from the back, Judge.
They heard us.
In the back there, yeah, they heard us.
That was pretty obvious. Good call there, Ken, on the pass on that down.
And you kind of have to, I mean, you have to understand that for high school games, there's only 5 officials on the field, not the complement of 7.
Or a first down.
That usually is 7 on a professional. So
yeah, it's definitely tougher to see everything.
With no disrespect, that happens when you have a 1-4.
Kelleher checks in and McSweeney checks out. So Kelleher's the tight end, more of a blocking tight end.
4-yard line does East Brunswick. 1st and 10 to JP 34.
Hemmings with Walker behind him. Hemmings going to keep the ball, breaks through, gets blocks from the outside. Kelleher still on his feet, dropped down at the 27-yard line. 2 minutes left to go. We got a little bit of a pile on there. Hemmings comes up all right.
I'll tell you what, number 67 for East Brunswick there, Tom Burzak, offensive lineman, did a great job of really pushing his guy down the field and then looking to get a couple other guys. So he's going to enjoy watching that film of that play. He did a really nice job there.
A lot of over pursuit or anxious pursuit. And Hemmings was able to find the hole and then use his downfield blocking. Walker behind. 2 wide receivers split to both top and bottom. Bears 1st and 10. Hemmings gets around to the outside looking. Will fire it. Has Gonzaroli, who will bring it in at the 10-yard line. Now, that probably is a first down. We'll have to wait and see.
It's going to be close, maybe about a yard short, it looks.
Well, it depends on the spot here. It looks like the ball is at the 10-yard line. 9. Oh, hold on. We're going to have a measurement, looks like.
Timeout.
And this timeout's taken by the Hawks of J.P. Stevens.
I think a good timeout for a couple reasons. Number 1, they're sort of out of whack. East Brunswick is in a rhythm here. And number 2, you know, if East Brunswick does score, there's a minute 39. I guess he's thinking possibly they might have enough time to maybe mount a drive, or if they get a good kickoff return if East Brunswick does score here. So I like that timeout.
Again, this game will be rebroadcast on Thursday, October 31st, Halloween night at 8 p.m., as well as on Sunday, December 1st at 4 p.m. Or you can log into the EBTV3 website, ebtv3.org, and go video on demand and pull any of the sports programming here from the fall sports season, as well as the community programs that are available online. And we thank the EBTV technical crew for their help coming out every game here on all the seasons.
And I must say, for the games I've been to, this looks like East Brunswick's best drive. They started in their own territory. Things didn't look good, 3rd and long, and Hemmings hit a streaking Gerhardt's for a big game and gain, and now they've shown, you know, some good runs. They've mixed in some passing. They mix in Hemmings with some scrambling. So this is a nice drive by this East Brunswick offense. Some nice blocking by the offensive line.
And they're not afraid to throw the ball, which is, you know, runs have not been coming. And this spread formation, 2 wide receivers, top and bottom. Hemmings trying to find the hole, and gets the first down, which was, again, he had to get about a half a yard there. Clock will stop as they move the chains, and the Bears will now have a 1st and goal.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Number 58, Joe Chetta. Number 78, Doug Scott. Number 67, Tom Burzak. You know, all the offensive line is doing a nice job in this drive.
Time is winding down here, under a minute and a half left to go in the first half.
Number 62, Tim Brown, and number 50, Michael Quinnen as well.
Drops back, looking to pass, throws it over the middle. Has Kyle Kelleher in the end zone for a touchdown. Kelleher slipped out and got right into that post area, and Hemmings finds him for a touchdown, and Kyle Kelleher has both the touchdowns today. One defensive, one offensive, and this is the first offensive touchdown we've had here this year on EBTV. The first, I think, at home.
And you know what? I like that. It's a nice, safe pass to your tight end, just getting up the seam there. A nice job by Hemmings. And Kelleher holding on to that, took a good hit at the end.
Flynn. And gets the extra point through, and the Bears are up 14-7 here at coming close to halftime. Wow.
Nice drive.
Nice.
Yeah, nice drive. Throwing the ball, running the ball, like you said, and I like that spread that East Brunswick is doing. And like you said, Ken, if you can show you can throw the ball a little bit as well as run the ball, then defenses are a little bit off balance. So nice job there by Hemmings as well. So JP does have a shot here. There is a minute 12 left. They do have a couple timeouts, so I think a lot will rest on how well they return this kickoff. If they get a pretty good kickoff, you can maybe see them being aggressive here.
Well, if you're Tim Flynn and Coach Morlars has thought that through, this should be a ground ball or a line drive that's hard to field rather than a pop-up.
And they finally do put, I don't remember them having number 21, Chukwunikwe back there, so I think his brother was back there before Chris. We'll see if we kick it away from him, right?
Yeah. Flynn ready to tee it off. And again, a little pop fly to one of the up backs.
Oh, no.
And it's up to Flynn to come across and knock out. That was not what was planned.
No. So great field position here. They'll actually be in East Brunswick. Well, no. They're going to change the spot. They'll be on their own 47, it looks like. But plenty of time here. Minute 6, 2 timeouts, high school football. You get a first down, the clock will stop until the sticks get set up. So this is, plenty of time here. East Brunswick will love to hold them out of the end zone here to take a lot of momentum into halftime. And I hope they don't get too tentative here, East Brunswick, where they get too prevent. They look like they're being a little prevent defense here.
Schneider in the backfield, man in motion.
In the shotgun formation, takes the snap.
Rolling. Chukwunikwe bobbles, and there is a flag on the play. And we'll listen for the call.
And they will send them back on this.
Referee John Baylog. Let's hear what he has to say.
On the run, trying to catch that ball. I don't know if he had possession of it to begin with.
Okay. We can hear 54, the guilty party. Well, we do have him mic'd up. The mic does work, but
I still think, JP, I know you only have 2 times. I think with this defense East Brunswick has, they're, 5 guys in the bye. I wouldn't be afraid to run the ball here either. I know it's a little tougher 1st and 20, but.
From their own 37-yard line now.
Man in motion.
One man comes in motion to the left.
And the pitch to Chukwunikwe. And there's a flag on the play already. Chukwunikwe slips down.
Illegal motion, it looks like.
But we'll see what the penalty is here.
JP Stevens, number 21.
Legal motion or legal shift.
Let's listen in.
Number 19.
Refuse it. There you go. Illegal shift, offense, refused.
That's a good refuse now. East Brunswick can start taking some timeouts.
Decline. Second down.
3 seconds ago in the first half. They're down 14-7.
Well, it's 2nd down and 20 now.
We'll call it 18 from the
I would take a timeout if I were East Brunswick. They have 3 left.
shotgun once again is Schneider. Schneider takes the snap.
The handoff.
Up the middle, it goes to Chukwunikwe. He gets the full
Chukwunikwe gets right to the line, but
East Brunswick should take a timeout here.
defensive line of East Brunswick. Sam Walker getting in there.
I think East Brunswick's content right now not to give them any more times.
Yeah, third and 14 here though.
Ball on their own 43-yard line.
3rd and 15.
Schneider in shotgun once again.
Two wide receivers split top and bottom of the screen. Chukwinicki behind.
Two men in
motion again. Once, but they stopped, reset. Chukwinicki fell, slipped down.
Could have been a big play there.
Yeah, that could have been at least a first down, but
wow.
And J.P. Stevens will call a timeout. 8 seconds left. Yeah, that was, and it's not, I mean, the weather is cooler. It's much cooler than it was last week when we were here, but it's not moist. It's not damp. There's some clouds, but it's not one of those kind of misty nights here, and I don't know if there's, dew forming on the plastic grass there.
You know what, too, and these guys are, I never played on this field turf or any turf when I played, but, so they're used to it with the cleats they need to wear and things like that, so it's not that issue. So maybe, I'm not sure.
I did hear once where the logos, and you got the big Bear logo there in the middle of the field, that the painting on that logo is a little slicker. Now you wouldn't trip over the 30-yard line.
Right.
But if you're in an area that is a solid paint, like a logo or an advertisement, that it's a possibility that it gets a little slicker, a little more moist, a little more reactive to the dew.
So this could be the last play, the half. There's 8 seconds left.
Ball spotted on the 46, so it's going to be a fourth down. They need, it is going to be the last play, because unless they hit like a 2-second quickie out pattern on the sideline, this is going to be the last play. They've now
back on the clock, 11 instead of 8.
11 seconds.
From the EB46. Schneider in the shotgun will
rolling.
Now will throw to Chukwinicki.
And it's intercepted, it looks like, by
bounds at the 43 of EB. And
did Joe Chetta intercept that one?
First half, the clock shows zeros.
And it's over. I mean, that was a.
I guess they put it to 1.1 seconds, the clock, because that went down. That was 1.1.
It was 8 seconds before with the timeout.
Yeah.
And so, okay, then that is the end of the first half. A little kind of anticlimactic end. You would expect a Hail Mary pass or something, but our score at halftime is the Bears 14 and the J.P. Stevens Hawks 7. We will be back. Their cheerleaders are going to do their presentation, and it is senior night for the cheerleaders, so we will honor those senior cheerleaders right after this. Okay, we have a presentation by our cheerleaders. Their coach is Caitlin LeBlanc. And as the music gets cued,
that you've learned. The trophies and the titles aren't given, they're earned.
We got our feet on the ground and we're burning it down. Oh.
And we're back, and it's senior night for the cheerleading squad here. And it's an opportunity to recognize their dedication as well as the dedication of the parents, because this has become, cheerleading has become more than just rah-rah at the football game. It is a very competitive, very serious sporting activity. It's considered a sport by NJSIA. It's considered a sport by the NCAA. I mean, this is a dedicated group of young ladies who have committed to the success here of the program. And first is Daniel Alba, escorted by Beth and John.
Season in 2010, and they are 4-20 from 2011. This is Brunswick's program.
Sydney Casamassima, escorted by Tracy and Marty.
You can also see their principal, Mike Vanella, as well as a cheerleading coach, Caitlin LeBlanc, out there congratulating them and the parents.
Alex Goldstein, escorted by Gail and Charlie.
That was right in that same class. His son ran track and field as a senior, but he came up with that 2009 class, so Bob Molars kind of followed that closely.
Daniel Lindemann, escorted Christina and James, as well as her sister Sarah and brother Robert.
Got the whole crew there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And the years in between and the years since have been very lean years, with the exception of 1 or 2 for
Rebecca Macon. Rebecca Macon, escorted by Cheryl and Bob.
That long club. We go back to the days of Anthony Miller, Jeremy Zutza, both of whom, of course, went on to Rutgers. Zutza, great success on as well.
Our next senior is Alyssa.
Alyssa Martinez, escorted by Steven.
Yes. I remember when I first got here 14 years ago, J.P. Stevens, one of the top teams in the GMC Red Division. Piscataway was always there. Sayreville was always there.
And last but not least, Corinne Winters, escorted by Kathy and Keith and Keegan.
Keegan's happy. Look at Keegan there. he's having a ball.
Yeah, run around on the field.
He's happy to be on that field.
And this is the culminating event in our Spirit Week celebration, the homecoming football game. Although there are athletic events here at the stadium tomorrow, and teams are in action, but a combination of a week of events here at East Brunswick High School. And there's Keegan running around at midfield.
And here's a good look at all the girls and the parents, as well as some siblings that are here. I think a perfect night for the girls. Maybe the weather a little cold.
And we'll be back with the East Brunswick High School Marching Band in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, the East Brunswick High School Bears Marching Band. Join us to
The second half kickoff away. Bouncing down. Picked up Don Phillip. He's going to try to just get it out to the 10. Had trouble picking that up. And the Bears will operate deep in their own end.
Second time JP Stevens has found that dead spot, and East Brunswick didn't do quite as good a job of scooping that up and running with it, so they'll have some tough field position here starting at their own, looks about their 10-yard line here, maybe the 11th.
Bears scored on the second play from scrimmage. It wasn't their play. It was a defensive touchdown. Kyle Kelleher running in, tipping and running in an interception. Bears now hopefully not going to repeat that pattern in this second half. I formation. Hemmings hands the ball off and getting across to the 15-yard line is Gerhardt. Gerhardt's had a very tough first half, unofficially 10 carries for 16 yards.
Yeah, one of his better runs there, got about 5. And let's see if East Brunswick can sort of continue on the momentum they had on that really nice drive at the end of the second quarter for a score that was a little 7-yard pass from Hemmings to Kelleher.
And Kevin Hemmings again back at quarterback, I backfield, Parker and Gerhardt's. Gerhardt's in motion. Inside handoff. Hemmings going to keep it, break it to the outside, gets through containment, running down the sideline, and is pushed out of bounds at the 40. We'll see where they mark it right at the 40-yard line. A quick opener there as Hemmings broke it to the outside.
Nice fake there to the fullback. He kept it, and Hemmings had a nice first half for East Brunswick. Ran the ball when he needed to, had a couple nice scrambles. He threw the ball also in that first half. So East Brunswick offense looks a lot better tonight than they did last week, and I think a major reason for that is Hemmings back in the game for them tonight.
McSweeney and Ganzaroli split to the bottom of the screen. Keeper. Hemmings again trying to break it to the outside. Is going to get met at the line and is pushed back. I think they'll give him forward progress to about the 41. And that'll make it a 2nd and 9.
Good pursuit there by JP Stevens. Kelleher looks a little banged up. He's coming off the field. Think he'll be all right.
Well, Kelleher has been in and out here. He's been on obvious passing downs. He's been the one to be out.
Talking to Phil Hostler here, the head trainer for East Brunswick, a little bit.
Brandon Tamori and Werder at the top of the screen. Gerhardt's in the slot as Rowley at the bottom. Back to pass. Under pressure now, getting around, looking downfield, trying to, and that's not, having taken 2 intentional grounding penalties in the first half, Hemmings decides to just run it out of bounds, take the sack, and they lose 5.
And he didn't want to take that chance of getting another penalty. And it's one of those that you don't want to throw it away too well, where maybe you have a chance for the J.P. Stevens defense to make a play on the ball.
A 3rd down and 15. Bears have to get to the midfield stripe here on their opening drive.
Other thing that was tough about that for Hemmings is he's rolling out to his left, so he's got to throw across his body as well.
Oh, this is a chance here for the Bears to extend the drive, win the field position game. McSweeney is now back to pass. He's going to run around to the outside, looking downfield. It has a receiver open, but dropped it, and that's Sean O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan would not have had the first down as he was close to about the 45-yard line there, but a little bit of trickeration there, but good pursuit. As I think McSweeney might have wanted to have a little more time there.
And if I were number 30, Chris Jones here, I would try a directional kick here and not let number 21 from J.P. Stevens have a shot here.
A high punt. It's going to take a decent bounce for the Bears and go inside the 20-yard line and be down at the 19. And the Hawks of J.P. Stevens will operate for the first time in this second half from their 19, 1st and 10.
Good job there by Jones.
Well, that kick was high enough that the coverage could get down there in good time, and the ball was close enough to the sidelines where you would have had a really difficult decision on the part of 21 Chukwuniki, who only had 56 yards of rushing himself on 15 carries in the first half. So the big star for J.P. Stevens held to under 4 yards a carry. Ryan Schneider, the quarterback, operating out of the shotgun. 2 backs split behind. And his switch, Chukwuniki will go into the slot. Now comes back in motion. Inside handoff to Marino. No fooling the Bears defense there as he gets maybe 2-3 yards. Dropped at about the 22. Generous spot, maybe 23.
Yeah, I think a very generous spot there. Going to give him about 4 on that play.
2nd down and 6. Schneider. Again, Marino in motion. This time the handoff to Chukwuniki. And he's going to get piled up before reaching the 30. Dropped at about the 28, 27. It's going to be a 3rd and short.
J.P. Stevens, number 21.
Give it the spot at the 27, so it's going to be 3rd and about a 2. Well, now they're redesigning the chain gang, moved it up, so it's almost 3rd and a short 2. Schneider. Chukwuniki gets through the line and will have the first down.
Pretty impressive run there. He kind of slithered through that hole in the middle and picked up the first down pretty easily.
East Brunswick, number 20, Sam Walker. First down, J.P. Stevens.
Schneider again in the shotgun. Inside handoff. Chukwuniki is going to drive the pile forward and get 9.
One thing it looks like J.P. Stevens, maybe a little adjustment they've made, really trying to run more through the middle of the line. They were doing some more sweeps and some more tosses and things like that. Ooh, giving them the first down here.
First down as the chains will move. So a gain of 10 on that play.
Undefeated in his career when he rushes for 200 or more.
Chukwanecki trying to get through again. A little bit too much dancing east and west and not enough north and south running. So gain of maybe 3.
Number 21,
Good job by the interior of East Brunswick there.
Second down and 7. 2 wide receivers split to the bottom of the screen. Schneider again in the shotgun. Handoff. And Chukwanecki gets to the 50, crosses midfield, and is in Bear territory, close to another first down, but looks like they're going to spot him about a yard short.
Good hit there by number 20, Sam Walker, and Kyle Kelleher was also in on the tackle. So big third down here.
We get a stop here. Chukwanecki is going to break through and get into the secondary, pick up about 10 on the play. And that will be a Hawks first down. 5:53 left to go third quarter. Bears up 14-7 on homecoming. I'm Ken Saroka along with Rich Whalen, bringing you action on EBTV, Channel 3.
And in the hurry up here, JP. Oh.
And not quite the Mark Sanchez butt fumble, but
I was thinking the same thing.
Schneider collided with Chukwanecki, and
hey, you see fumbles happen with things like that where you're not expecting your own player from behind to hit you, so I think he did a pretty good job of holding on to that.
the loss of 1 on the play. Second down and 11. Francois Ballou checked as a wide receiver here on the close sideline. Schneider is going to take it himself. A big hole opened up, and Schneider was able to get to the 30. Gain of 8.
And JP's in one of those spots where they might be going for it. I would expect them to go for it even if they don't make it on this third down, unless they had a big loss.
3rd and 4, long 4. Man in motion. The pitch. Chukwanecki is going to be stopped, but for a gain of maybe 2. 4th down. We'll see what J.P. Stevens does, but this would be a 46-yard field goal, so this is an impractical range here, so you expect them to go for it, and they are.
Heck of a play by Kelleher, holding off the block and making the tackle.
Inside handoff straight up the middle. Chukwanecki's going to get it, and he's going to drive the pile forward.
Yep, we'll have enough there.
Be dropped somewhere around the 26. And it'll be a first down for J.P. Stevens.
I think everyone on both sides knew who was getting the ball, and JP did enough there on that left side of the line to get enough of a push, and Chewy did enough there to kind of fall forward and get the first down.
This drive started on their own 19-yard line. Handoff. And that's going to be dropped for a loss, as good pursuit there by the Bears.
Christian Klein on the tackle. Nice play.
That was Chris Chukwanecki, not Chibuka. Chris Chukwanecki is in there at 24 at running back. Single setback behind Schneider. Now he goes in motion in the slot. 5 wide receivers in the pattern here. Schneider looking, and Kyle Kelleher almost did it again. Gets his arm up and knocks it down, and that was very reminiscent of the second play from scrimmage when Kelleher got his arms up and was able to haul in the pass and take it back to the house.
And you have to be careful with a play like that too. If that receiver goes back and it's a backward pass, that's a live ball, which it looked like that a little more because it got tipped, but nice play by Kelleher again.
A 3rd down and 9. Inside handoff. Chukwinicki's going to get it. He's moving the pile, but he's not going to get there. But again, close. Going to be about a 4th and 2.
That was a good hard run by him there.
JP Stevens, number 21, Chibuka.
Okay, 4th and 2 here. Bears have an opportunity to end this drive.
Number 42, Brandon Tamori. 4th down, 4th and 2.
And I have a feeling number 21 is going to get his hands on the ball here.
No, it's just a matter of guessing right and guessing left and guessing where he's going to go. Marino in motion, the blocking back. Chukwinicki does manage to break the containment and will get it inside to about the 10-yard line.
So 2nd 4th down conversion on this drive by JP.
21, Chibuka, Chukwinicki, stop made by Brunswick, number 78, Doug Scott. 1st down.
And a good sustained drive here by JP Stevens.
The pitch, Chukwinicki is going to try to break it back against the grain. Still on his feet inside the 5.
And that's going to be close to a 1st down, maybe a little bit short.
JP Stevens, number 21.
He would have had to get just inside the 1, it looks like, to get a 1st down. So it looks like he's going to be maybe about a half a yard short.
Very impressive drive.
56 yards in the first half. He's got
The sloppiest play on the drive was that flanker screen pass.
43 to go in the 3rd quarter. He counted 112 yards in the game. No touchdowns yet.
It looks like they didn't get the first down. They 2nd down.
2nd down and short, but it's 2nd down and 1 from the 1. Chukwinicki is going to pile it in off the left side for the touchdown.
Touchdown, JP Stevens.
And 2-yard plunge there by Chukwinicki. And he likes that left side of the line cut back. And a good drive there by JP Stevens. 2 4th down conversions to keep the drive alive.
Now Matthew Miner on to try the all-important extra point to tie this game. Schneider the holder. And it is good. So our score with 1:28 left in the 4th quarter. 3rd quarter. 3rd quarter. Ooh. It is the Bears 14 and the Hawks 14. This game is again going to be rebroadcast on Thursday, October 31st at 8 p.m. So when you're done trick-or-treating, you can tune on Channel 3. And again on Sunday, December 1st at 4 p.m. It is also available on demand. Go to the ebtv3.org website or the East Brunswick Public Library website and click on the EBTV logo and pull up the video on demand menu where all of the sports programming from this fall season is there, plus community programs. And again, we thank the EBTV technical crew. They come out a couple hours early every game, and they're going to be here for a couple hours afterwards breaking all this equipment down. And their support of East Brunswick High School athletics is greatly appreciated. That drive, 81 yards, grinded out kind of drive. 2 4th down conversions, as you mentioned, Rich. Okay, Gerhardt's is the deep back, but again, looking for the attempt here to stick it in that dead zone. And a collision there. Picked up by Malik Fitzpatrick. And you knew Gerhardt's wanted that one. It's kind of like outfielders calling off each other, but East Brunswick's going to put itself in a hole.
Yeah, you're taught on those kickoffs too, never to go back. You always want to be coming forward to catch that. And like you said, Gerhardt's would have had a nice head of steam there. So second bad kickoff return here by East Brunswick.
Yeah, in this second half, and putting themselves in very poor field position. Again, needing a few first downs here to get the field position back. Handoff, and Gerhardt's is going to be stuffed for a loss.
Yeah, nothing there. Good penetration by JP Stevens, number 33. Just had a nice game for them on the defensive end. Jashir Morris.
Stop made by J.P. Stevens, number 33. Joshua Morris, no gain.
And they gave no gain on the play. Gerhardt's had a tough first half, 10 carries, 16 yards unofficially.
Offense does not have big numbers.
Hemmings. Again, the handoff with Gerhardt's going to look to try to get it outside. He's going to definitely lose yardage there. Gets tackled at the 11.
Number 5, John Gerhardt and carry. Stop made by number 32 for J.P. Stevens.
This may end up being the last play of the third quarter as time is winding down under 15 seconds. And
yeah, it looks like they're going to wait here.
Play. And that will be the end of the third quarter. Our score, East Brunswick Bears 14, J.P. Stevens Hawks 14. The only scoring in that third quarter was a 2-yard touchdown plunge by Chibuka Chukwunike.
And I guess, Ken, if you told us starting the fourth quarter it would be 14-all, I wouldn't be surprised. We had a feeling that just kind of looking at similar opponents and how both these teams were playing this year, that we knew it was probably going to be a competitive game that would come down to the fourth quarter.
And we again have many different sports in action this weekend as conference tournaments, GMC conference tournaments are starting up. The girls volleyball team was successful in upending the number 1 seed in the GMCs, South Brunswick, at South Brunswick today. I believe the soccer teams are in action tomorrow.
Yeah, girls soccer played today. I was talking to Coach Brady. They won 5-0 against South Plainfield. That was a 1-17 matchup. And we just saw a minute ago on the screen, first year head coach for J.P. Stevens, Jim Collins, would like to get this win tonight to go to 3-3. Although their schedule moving forward is very difficult, as is East Brunswick's. But
well, East Brunswick has away games until an away game next weekend in, I believe, Piscataway, and then the Turkey Bowl game, annual Battle of Route 18 against Old Bridge is home.
Right, still have Edison away as well, who's very good this year.
Hemmings going to try to scramble out of it. Gets across the line of scrimmage, gets out to the 13.
East Brunswick quarterback, number 3.
Nothing open downfield, and East Brunswick will be forced to punt.
Hemmings did a nice job not trying to force something there, so he took as much as he could get. Nice play by number 53, Joe Johnson, tracking him down.
Chris Jones, punter, back.
See if Jones can do another nice job of kicking it away from number 21.
High punt. Fair catch call for. And J.P. Stevens will operate at the 44-yard line of the Bears. Best field position of the day for them.
Yeah. Jones did get good air under it, so there wasn't a return, but J.P. Stevens, like you said, Ken, is in good shape right now. Short field to play with, and, comes down to special teams again a little bit for East Brunswick, where they have a little problem fielding the kickoff and get themselves backed up and not able to get a first down, and this gives J.P. Stevens a nice short field to work with to start this fourth quarter.
Again, Schneider operating out of the shotgun formation. The very now fashionable pistol offense. Chukwunike is the deep back. Will take the handoff. And breaks contain, and there he goes. Hanging on for your life. No, breaks 2 tackles and will go all the way. One play, 44 yards for the J.P. Stevens touchdown.
That's an impressive touchdown there. He showed speed. He showed some strength with that stiff arm. He was able to break that tackle by Gerhardt's, and then Tamori had a shot at him as well and wasn't able to get him. So that was an impressive run. And
that's what was advertised. And And we were overhearing some discussion of statistics here, and
Penalty mark.
every time he runs for 200 yards or more, J.P. Stevens is undefeated.
Let's see what we have here.
Well, I think it was they're picking up the flag. There was I think a concern of too many men on the field. But new math and is old math here, I guess, and they counted and found 11.
Right.
One man, and he was just too strong for one player to bring down.
Miner has to wait for the ball to be placed, as Schneider had trouble with the snap, but the kick is good.
And that was quick. Well, first and foremost here for East Brunswick, I think they need to work out this kickoff return here. They've been stuck inside the 15 the last two kickoffs, so first they want to field it and be able to get some positive yards here.
Well, there might be a problem because aside from Gerhardt, who's in on offense, in on defense, you've got a surrounding cast of characters there in the back who have not played except for special teams. And if Gerhardt's being the leader that he is, wants to take control, you have other people there who are, again, trying to do their job on special teams. So we'll see if we can get a good return out of this. Again, Gerhardt's is the deep back here. Flanked to the near side is Michael Contreras, and to the far side is Amalek Fitzpatrick. Matthew Miner will kick off from the 40. And it's a bouncer. And Gerhardt's is going to have, again, clean up a mess back there. And Bears once again starting right around the 15, 14, 13.
Yeah. Fitzpatrick there couldn't field it cleanly. That threw off the timing of it. And then Gerhardt's had to scoop it up. And by the time he got the ball, the coverage for J.P. Stevens was really on top of him. And he didn't have, much room to do anything. So I think actually did a decent job to even get it out to the 17-yard line. But again, bad field position for East Brunswick, so they'll have to go a long way to not this score.
Hemmings in the shotgun. Pitches to Gerhardt's. Gerhardt's has trouble with it, and he'll get dropped for a 4-yard loss.
That was a slow developing play. It gave J.P. Stevens a chance to sort of penetrate there, and looks about 7 or 8 yards,
now,
right?
Yeah, 7 or 8 now.
6 yards. Second down in 16.
I think you got to go back to the pass.
Yeah, it was, that last drive in that first half, they did a nice job of mixing pass and run. And the running game has not been too successful here. Oop.
Walker gets the inside handoff, almost collides with.
Yeah, it was one of those fake
Hemmings.
pitches to Gerhardt's, and then number 20 Walker came in, but they sort of ran into each other, so that threw the timing off of the play a little bit. So about a 3rd and 16 here. And I don't care what team you are. I don't care if you're the Saints in the NFL or one of those high-powered like Baylor in college football. You don't have a ton of plays for 3rd and 16, especially this Bear team.
4 wide receivers in the pattern. Gerhardt gets the inside shuttle pass and will not even get back to the original starting point of this drive, and the Bears will be forced to punt.
Well, you're relying on your special teams here to have a pretty good punt, and then you're relying on your defense to get the ball back. So kind of safe play call there with that shovel pass, hoping that J.P. Stevens was over pursuing, but now you leave it up to your defense, and there's an extra blocker back there for 21.
And that snap was low and off to the side, and it forced Jones to lose his rhythm, and the punt will travel to about the 40, where it will be downed at the 39-yard line. So even a shorter field here for the Hawks to work with.
And the defense is going to have to bail out the East Brunswick special teams and offense here.
Defense is going to need a turnover. The defense will need a turnover. Now, Kyle Kelleher got his arms up on a pass, but if you're a coach for JP Stevens, I don't even think you put the ball in the air.
I don't think the rest of the game, no one but number 21 touches the ball for you if I'm JP Stevens. So.
Schneider inside handoff, gets down to about the 35.
Michael Quinnen and Joe Chetta on the tackle there, but not after he picks up about 4 yards on that play.
Gain of 3 yards, second down and 7.
What do you call it? Here, you're going to get the ball. Here.
Right.
Yeah. You know, left side, right side, you pick it. Inside handoff and dropped immediately at the line of scrimmage. Good defense there by the Bears to clog up the middle.
And East Brunswick really stacked some people inside and kind of blitz those gaps there. I wouldn't be surprised here. Maybe a little pitch or something here to Chewy to see if he can get to the outside here.
And a little bit of confusion.
Yeah.
And timeout called by JP Stevens with 7:45 left to go in this fourth quarter.
I think good timeout there by Jim Collins there, the head coach of JP Stevens. It almost looked like the quarterback wanted to audible there, and we get a look at the sideline there for JP Stevens with the first-year head coach of JP, Jim Collins there. So this is a big third down for both East Brunswick and JP Stevens. It will be interesting to see if JP does not get it on third down, and if they do gain a few yards, you're sort of in that, territory, Ken, where is it worth it more to try to really pin East Brunswick back, or is it worth, if it's a 4th and 1 or 4th and 2 to go for it and keep that clock running and, maybe get that final score that might end the game for you.
Third down and 6. The Hawks have to get to the 29-yard line. So it's a short 6. Same formation. Roll out.
Flag.
And from the way that flag was thrown, it looked like maybe one of the wide receivers set a pick. We'll wait and see. We'll listen for the call. Referee John Baylog is mic'd. We'll listen in.
An ineligible receiver downfield.
And an ineligible receiver lineman kind of shot out there to set a block. So the penalty will back up.
And nice play call by JP on that, but that lineman on a play like that wants to get downfield a little bit too soon. And we'll see what JP goes to the air again here. Or
3rd and 11. Set looking. Oh, avoids. The rush has a man down the sideline. Steps out of bounds at about the 33. Kind of like, oops, surprise.
Yeah.
Schneider was able to avoid the rush and complete the pass for about 6 It'll bring up a 4th down and 5. Ball on the 34. They got to get to the 29-yard line here. So
looks like they're going for it here. Well, it looks like they're not sure.
Why not? Again, if you don't get a first down, East Brunswick has 65.
well, his time clock is running here. Schneider.
This might be a go pattern here for number 16 on the bottom of the screen.
Busted play. Oh, just got it off. Just got the pass off, and you can see the frustration. Michael Quinton had him and just lopped it over.
And that's great recognition by Schneider, not only to know where, you know, his check down receiver was there, because that was not his first option, but also to be able to get that off just before he was going to have his knee down, and that was, you know, barely get that off. And what a huge play.
Hawks will get a fresh set of downs here. And no gain as Chukwaniki is stopped by the interior of the Bears line.
Number 50, Michael Quinn, a good penetration, and then a host of Bears.
And someone is down. It looks like Javon Ganzaroli down there on the turf.
Yep.
And the training staff is coming out. Phil Hostler, head trainer.
And that's a good sign that he's able to walk off on his own power.
4:06.27.
Number 65, Alex Wojcik, is coming in for him.
27.64.
Clock is momentarily stopped here. And now running again, so 6:50 left in this 4th quarter.
Man in motion, Marino. The pitch. Pushed out of bounds as Chukwaniki cannot get to the corner. Pushed out at about the 22. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
And number 42, Brandon Tamori, with the stop, and then he had to come out. He looked like he got banged up a little bit as well.
On Wednesday against the winner of Old Bridge versus JP Stevens. Good luck. Girls volleyball.
Good thing about that for East Brunswick was that the JP Stevens runner did go out of bounds, so the clock is stopped here. So saves East Brunswick some time.
Pistol formation. Rolling. Schneider beats 2 tacklers and breaks it into the 15-yard line, close to a 1st down. And Kyle Kelleher is mad at himself, just kind of staring at the turf there for a little bit. They're going to say now a little short of the 1st down. Some consolation there for the Bears. But it brings up a 4th down and a definite stop situation here. Is any score by the Hawks makes it a 2-possession game for the Bears with now less than 6 minutes to go.
And I like this number 7, Ryan Schneider. Nice play there.
Chukwaniki is going to get their generous spots by this officiating crew. Will give him the 1st down.
It's going to be close, though. Did he need to just get to that 15 if he touched it, you think? If he needed to just touch the 15, he's going to be... I think they have to measure this. This is going to be tight. They have to bring the chains out.
Yes, and we will get a measurement.
I think he's going to be just short. I really do. I think he needed to get a little bit past that line. I think he might just be right on the line.
Yeah, they're going to have to stop the clock here. And they're going to...
What do you think, Ken? I know it's tough to... I think he's just going to be the tiniest bit short. It looks just past that line marker. Plus, we got an EB guy on the chains there.
And did not get it. The Bears hold. And with 5:35 left, will take over on downs on their own 15-yard line.
Give this East Brunswick defense some credit. They,
especially after losing two Bear defenders, losing Schneider in the backfield for a sizable sack loss, allowing him to complete that little flip pass to Chukwaniki.
So now it's time for the East Brunswick offense to sort of do something. Except for that one drive at the end of the second quarter, East Brunswick's offense has not done much again tonight. So I'd like to see East Brunswick. I like this spread formation. I'd like to see them throw the ball on first down here.
Porter and Gerhardt are split to the bottom of the screen. Hemmings floats it in the direction of Aaron McSweeney down the sideline. Sweeney had a hard time finding the ball.
Intended for number 1, Aaron McSweeney. In on the coverage for J.P. Stevens was number 3.
That was the kind of pass that he completed to Tamori down that sideline. Just kind of float it down there and hope that the wideout can come under it.
Seemed like he was worried about that pressure a little bit, so maybe wanted to wait a little bit more where McSweeney could locate the ball and then get a little bit more down the field. So the timing of that was just off a little.
2nd and 10. Roll out, looking, and sacked at the 5-yard line.
Looks like he's holding that arm, but that's tough for a quarterback. You can't see that pressure coming from your blind side there, and this really makes it a tough third down. This looks about 3rd and maybe 22.
Bears don't have any time to really spare here. Giving the ball back to J.P. Stevens with 4 or so minutes left would be pretty much a death sentence, as their effective running game could easily clear that out without scoring.
They like this shovel pass sometimes to Gerhardt. Let's see what they run here.
Gerhardt goes out in the pattern. Screen pass.
Ooh.
Gerhardt is tackled almost for a safety.
Yeah, that was close. That's about at the half yard line.
In that case, with the screen pass, your linemen are more focused on downfield blocking, and the pressure really got to McSweeney, or to Hemmings.
This is going to be an uncomfortable punt here for number 30, Chris Jones. He's going to not have his normal depth on this, so he really needs to kind of catch this and get rid of this. And
well, there's no room for error because, again, a safety makes this a 9-point game.
Low snap. Oh,
blocked
no.
And out through the end zone for a safety.
Which is better than a touchdown, but still does make it a 2-score.
Well, at least with a touchdown, you would have gotten the ball back. Here now, the Bears must free kick.
True. And you kind of knew right from that low snap that if you don't get a really good snap on a play like that where you have that limited depth on the punter, that you're in trouble. And again, a little bit, East Brunswick, the special teams, a second block punt. This one a little tougher, obviously, with the backed up field position, but also in this second half, the kickoff returns have really haunted East Brunswick with the bad field position and then putting the defense in a bad spot.
So 23-14 our score. Bears desperately trying to get a home win here. Their only win coming on the road at North Brunswick.
And I've liked the effort tonight by the East Brunswick defense. They've done a really nice job against a good back, limiting him except for really, one big play. And give J.P. Stevens credit too. They one drive in that first half were able to convert, or was that the second half? Those 4th down conversions. I'm forgetting
third
now,
quarter,
but third quarter.
Yeah,
so.
And Jones will punt it from the 20-yard line area on the free kick.
Puts them 13 points out, playing their 6th game, and a few teams ahead of them have played 6 already. So not out of the realm of possibility, but it's still a long shot.
Beating Monroe or Old Bridge would give them a ton of points.
Oh, man, absolutely.
With residuals.
And a pop-up.
Punted by Jones.
And the ball will go out of bounds
40-yard line. It goes out of bounds
at the 35-yard line.
And I'm not to discount the rest of JP Stevens' match, but if it's like a
And penalty flag on the play. We'll listen in.
it's going to be tough because he's one of the, he's obviously the primary target for any
I guess the kickoff out of bounds.
Procedure.
Kickoff out of bounds will result in a re-kick and a penalty mark-off against the Bears to add insult to injury.
So you're not worried about anybody else. You're devising a game plan solely for Czechonecka. And if you can stop him, great, but if it goes off,
That will move them back 5 yards, so now from the 15.
he's on pace for 100 or more yards in a game. He's won football 5 times. Tonight will be one of those nights he's in the hundreds. Which is why you do it. So that tells you right there, good defensive effort.
And the Bears will re-kick again. Jones from the 15-yard line.
I really had the feeling East Brunswick had the momentum coming into the second half.
Jones, free kick is caught on a fair catch at the 50,
A fair catch on the free kick by
or at the 49 of JP Stevens. So the Hawks will get the ball back with 3:54 left in the fourth quarter, up 23-14.
from its own 49-yard line.
Hawks looking to even their record at 3-3. And the Bears go 2 games on the road at Piscataway and Edison before returning here on Thanksgiving Day, 10 o'clock start time, in the Battle of Route 18 against the Old Bridge Knights.
I really thought East Brunswick had momentum in this football game.
East Brunswick now will have to, hope for a turnover here or be able to stop JP Stevens. They're going to have to start thinking about using their timeouts. JP Stevens wants to try to get at least a first down, obviously, hold on to that football.
Chukwunike's trapped behind the line. Was the ball dropped?
Ball came out. They're saying he was down, and I think the JP Stevens player fell on it anyway, but looks like injury here.
Michael Quinton was the Bear who trapped and wrapped up Chukwunike. I can't see if that's a JP Stevens player or a
I believe that's East Brunswick. Looks like a cramp, just by the way. They're looking at that. Sort of flexing that leg. Let's hope it's just a cramp.
That's a Stevens player.
Is it?
Black socks.
Okay.
Yeah. Bears are wearing the pink socks and pink tape there. Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Should have been a giveaway for me, right?
Yeah.
The pink socks. I got
Chukwunike, I think.
Or it's electric or maybe solar powered or something.
Yep.
Jim Collins in his first season at JP Stevens.
And he said it looks like a leg cramp there in the calf area.
Right.
They all said, I want to running back run for 1,000 yards. We want to win.
Yeah, it looks like Chukwunike himself there down on the ground. Got twisted around there after that initial hit by Quinton.
He came in only a month before the season. They implemented this new offense, the spread offense.
And we're just kind of looking to see what the training staff are doing here now. He's obviously going to have to come out for a play.
And I know that Jim Collins, the head coach of JP, hopes it's just something minor. The way they're treating it, it does look like it's just a cramp, but
You look at JP Stevens, and when all is said and done,
Coming off the field gingerly.
yeah.
And with a 9-point lead with the ball, no sense in no reason to put him back in the game here.
No, especially obviously he's having trouble moving that leg there, so I'd be very surprised to see him come back in this ball game.
Well, we'll see how the direction goes. You replace one Chukwinicki with the other as his brother Chris is in now in the backfield with Marino as the blocking back. Pitch to Chris. Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, and pushes the pile close to a first down. That's Chris Chukwinicki.
I don't really get why J.P. Stevens snapped that ball so early. You want to let every second run off that play clock before you snap it, but they probably snapped it with about 15 seconds left on that play clock. So if I'm them, I'm taking my time here. I'm letting every second go off that clock. I don't know what they're in a rush here for.
Kind of like the way Chip Kelly mismanaged the clock in the Eagles-Chargers game. Schneider.
Here they go. Now they're taking their time smartly. I wait for him for that count.
Chukwinicki breaks through, gets through. Ball was on the ground. The ball came loose. Who picked it up? It's East Brunswick ball. One official is signaling.
Who was that hit? I missed that.
Number 24 for J.P. Stevens.
I apologize there on that. I could not see that number up here, but what a nice hit by an East Brunswick player. And that's what they needed right there.
And now, with only 2 minutes and 39 seconds left to give the Bears any chance right now, you have to strike. You cannot be worrying about dumping passes off to your check down receivers. You've got to try to go downfield with these. Javon Ganzaroli is back in the game. He was injured on the defensive stand.
The Chukwinicki brothers just took a couple big hits there in that drive.
Hemmings to Gerhardt. Gerhardt is going to rush.
And there might be a personal foul on 33.
Yeah.
Hemmings took a wicked hit there.
Let's listen in. Roughing the passer is the call.
And East Brunswick better, kind of shore up. I know he's rolling away from his blind side, but they're not getting a chip or anything on that weak side guy for J.P. Stevens. Now he, hit him late, but like we had before in the earlier drive, Hemmings can't see that even though he's rolling away from there. And that, if he's there a little bit earlier, that's either a sack or maybe a fumble.
Hemmings rolling. Gonna float one downfield. A blue pass there. Tamori had a chance at it, but I think Tamori ends up being more of the D-back there than the wide receiver. That ball was a little too much time in the air.
Yeah, and Tamori had a nice catch earlier. I really like to see them go to number 37, Javon Ganzaroli, if they're going to throw that ball up there. He's got some size. He's shown in a couple games I've seen him that he can go up and, be physical and get that ball. He's got a little bit of a height advantage on the J.P. Stevens defensive backs out there.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 42. Hemmings looking. Has his man down there. That's Tamori. Tamori is dropped at the 6-yard line. First down Bears. 2:16 left to go.
And that's just inexcusable by J.P. Stevens. Tamori was wide open for a long time, and it's one of those things that I think the D-backs are looking in the backfield. It looks like Hemmings might get sacked. Hemmings does a nice job of keeping that play alive, and Tamori is just wide open there.
Hemmings under center. And looks like we're going to get a timeout, J.P. Stevens.
Yeah, Jim Collins has ran out to the field there.
They had a little personnel to show. One of the players, I think number 79 on the side there, was running out and then came back, and I guess they were trying to put in their goal line package. So with 2:08 left, the Bears could score, get an onside kick, and then things get a little more interesting.
And I believe you're usually good with this, Ken. Did East Brunswick use a timeout yet this half?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So you know, that's kind of a decision depending on when they score here, what they would want to do. If they do want to try the onside kick right away, or, you know, kick it and rely on your defense. You're not sure if number 21 Chukwunikoe is going to come back in that game or not. But
well, you
got to score
first
here.
And then you're going to take at least 20 or 30 seconds off the clock for that, because unless you score right now on a quick play, you're going to leave a minute and a half. So I don't think you have time.
Right, unless you throw the ball, which, you know, an incomplete pass, you know, it's a quick play, but
I don't think you have time right now to worry about stopping.
Oh, you gotta score.
Yep. Ball on the 6-yard line as the Bears now will have it 1st and goal. Hemmings rolling right. Looks in the end zone, has a man breaking free. That's Tamori, but rushed the pass a little bit. Tamori broke away and it was heading toward the sideline, but well overthrown.
Yeah, he let him just a little bit too much there.
Now just a thought. We're still only on 2nd down, but if 4th down comes, you need 2 scores.
Yeah.
A field goal is not a crime right now. Is not a bad thing right now.
Right, and it's a little more than an extra point as well, and you see that a lot with teams that do need those 2 scores. That you know, you're going to need 2 no matter what. You would obviously like to get the touchdown here if you can.
Hemmings.
And that's
hits his man. That's Gerhardt for the touchdown. 6-yard touchdown pass. Kevin Hemmings to John Gerhardt. With 1:59 left on the clock.
And obviously the extra point here makes it a 2-point game, which, you know, if East Brunswick was able to get the ball back, a field goal would win the game. So East Brunswick, you know, showing some guts here, and good job by the defense getting the fumble, and then East Brunswick driving down the field.
And that is no good, as the snap was bad and Werder couldn't put it down. So,
yeah. Now a field goal would obviously tie the game. Second, you know, poor snap. They had that poor snap on that.
Well, how many second guesses
punt.
do we have here? With the first punt that was blocked for East Brunswick, not taking the safety there, that's a 5-point swing at least, possibly. So a lot of ups and downs here, a lot of what ifs. But again, 1:59 left. East Brunswick does have apparently all their timeouts left, but 1 first down would then kill it for the Bears. What do you have to try? I say you have to try the onside kick.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, and then
you know what I kind of like too. You have to see this formation by J.P. Stevens, but I kind of like sometimes that little, you know, that little lob of a kick if you find a dead spot maybe too.
Well, they've got their hands team in, and if we can get the camera crew to focus on the J.P. Stevens, they've got 9-10 players up within 10 yards of midfield.
So if you can even get it over that first line, maybe to the bottom of our screen here where there's that opening. We'll see here. Looks like they're setting up obviously for this onside kick.
And it bounces, and it's recovered. It didn't even go 10 yards, but a J.P. Stevens player did jump on it right away. Hands team works.
Yeah, and that rule there, so if the team kicking it needs to wait for it to go 10 yards, but the team receiving it can come up and make that play, which he did. And, you know, not the kick I think they wanted on. You want that to take sort of that high bounce. That was a real nice bounce for the J.P. Stevens guy.
You're going to get that kind of weird bounce on a grass field that's been worn down over the course of fall play, rather than a perfectly manicured turf field. All right, Bears with 3 timeouts now. Again, you don't expect the Hawks to throw the ball. Chukwuniki is back in the game. He gets the ball, goes around the outside.
Smartly stays in bounds. You saw him kind of slide, and East Brunswick immediately takes a timeout. But that's too many yards on that first down play.
And now you leave yourself guessing to try to pin for no gain or even for a loss, and if you guess wrong.
Yeah, right now JP Stevens they get a first down, the game is over. So East Brunswick is forced to use their timeout, and you don't want to give up about 5 yards on that first down play. So you really got to sell out for the run here.
Ball spotted on the 43-yard line. Hawks have to get to the 38.
You have to give this East Brunswick. We're taking a look at this East Brunswick defense. We see, Coach Andy Steinfeld there, who works with the defense, and they've played a nice game. They've had Kyle Kelleher, obviously that defensive touchdown. They've been put in some bad spots. They got a turnover when they needed it, so they just need one more stop here.
Hands off, Chubinecki's going to drive the pile forward to the 40. Again, second timeout called here.
Got about 3 on that play, so it's going to be a 3rd and a short 2. Like you said, it looks, Ken, if he touches about that 28-yard line, right around that 38-yard line, that's going to be enough for that first down.
So this is the play. This is the play, although you would, again, not anticipate, even on a 4th down play, that they would risk a punt.
Right.
And have anything kind of either a block or a botched snap or a return for a touchdown against them. So this is 2-down territory here. We'll take the 3rd down first.
I thought it'd be a gutsy call to throw a little pass here if you're JP. I don't think they'll do that, but
it'd be interesting if you didn't even cover the wide receivers,
right,
and just brought everybody in and said, "Okay, you're going to run it."
Okay, that's what they're doing here.
And Chubinecki gets it.
Yeah, it's enough.
And that's enough for the first down, and that'll seal the game here for JP Stevens. Although East Brunswick will take a timeout because you never know.
Yeah,
Joe
never know.
Pisarcik,
Yes, exactly.
1978, I guess it was, the Meadowlands.
And I think that was that Herm Edwards that picked
Herm
up?
Edwards
Right?
picked it up, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were actually right, Ken. Number 42, Brandon Tamori, ran in from his corner position and sold out for the run, but it wasn't enough for East Brunswick to stop JP. And again, I mean, I thought East Brunswick defensively played a really nice game. Obviously a score for a touchdown. They were put in some difficult spots, especially in this second half.
They played on offense, at least a mistake-free game.
Yeah, they did, and they had that nice drive at the end of second quarter. They had that nice drive off of the turnover, the offense. I think special teams, a couple, obviously the 2 block punts.
Yep. 2 4th down conversions.
The kickoff returns with the inside the 20, the 3 in the second half, so that's tough to recover from. And did a pretty decent job against this pretty impressive back from JP.
The handoff. And we're just going to kind of go out to the right side, drift, and
I think they might look, back at those couple 4th down conversions in that 3rd quarter that JP Stevens was able to get and kind of want those back. But
well, a lot of what-ifs in this game, and at least what-ifs that could have meant something in terms of a victory for the Bears, as opposed to what-if and just score a point against a state team like Manalapan or Monroe.
Yeah. I thought East Brunswick, never into moral victories, but they did some good things tonight.
The pitch, Chubinecki's going to get it. Break contain, he's going to race to the pylon. And this is going to be another JP Stevens touchdown. The box score is going to reflect it, but with 45 seconds left, it's the icing in the cake here.
If you think about it, the only way East Brunswick can, listen, it's a long shot, to win the game is to let them score. You get the ball back, and if a miracle happened, but I know. You see sometimes teams, it's 2 scores. You see teams sometimes do that. It's usually more a 1-score game, but they'll let them score just so they can get the ball back. But only 45 seconds left in this game.
The extra point is good.
The extra point by J.P. Stevens, number 9, Matthew Miner, is good.
And Bears have used all of their timeouts.
East Brunswick, 20.
I have to take it close to 55. But here's the thing: I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes of spots anyway. So there's no way. I mean, there's polos in there, but
Bears, again, 2 away games on their schedule with Piscataway and Edison before a state consolation game. And then the Battle of Route 18 here at J. Doyle Field on Thanksgiving Day, 10 o'clock kickoff. We hope you can be here in attendance while the turkey is cooking.
And unfortunately for East Brunswick fans, it's been quite a domination by Old Bridge against East Brunswick in the series. I'm not sure the exact victory total. I know when I played, I was in the first Battle of Route 18, which we ended up winning. But I know it took a while for that second victory to happen.
45 seconds left to go here. Bears. Again, you wouldn't expect this to be a long kickoff, but it is to the side there. Brandon Phillip, he gets tripped up at the 30.
Number 16 for East Brunswick, Emily Fitzpatrick.
Oh, that was Emily Fitzpatrick, excuse me. Sorry about that.
Stop made by J.P. Stevens, number 5, DeAndre Perkins. East Brunswick takes over first and 10 in its own 30-yard line.
Well, East Brunswick certainly had their opportunities tonight. Pretty competitive game, 14-14 heading into the fourth quarter.
Hemmings, 5 wide receivers, 4 were in the pattern. Ganzaroli's going to have it and going to get close to the first down, but it's going to be brought down inbounds, short of the first down. No, they're actually going to give him the marker. Okay.
Should have stopped then.
Clock has stopped.
Thought Hemmings did some decent things tonight as well. Thought he played a pretty solid game, coming back from not playing last week.
And he's going to get sacked for a loss back to the 27-yard line. And time will run out on the Bears.
Yeah, that will do it.
And that will be it as the clock runs down to 0. Our final score, J.P. Stevens Hawks 30 and the Bears 20. Yeah, you look at that long drive. It started on the 19-yard line, an 81-yard drive that had 2 fourth downs, chewed up 7 minutes of the clock. That was the dagger.
Yeah, and then you also look at East Brunswick is in a 1-possession game. They have a bad kickoff return. They get pushed back to the 1-yard line, and then they, have that bad snap where it makes it a 2-possession game, and then that was just too much to recover from.
So special teams cost the Bears tonight, and our final score again, J.P. Stevens 30 and the Bears 20. This game will be rebroadcast on Halloween at 8 p.m. and on December 1st at 4 p.m. I'd like to thank the EBTV technical crew for all their help in broadcasting these games here, East Brunswick High School Athletics, and thank them for their support. For Richie Whalen, I'm Ken Saroka. Have a good evening.